So last week we worked on very simple weave passing, right? One of my best passes, one of the ones I hit the absolute most. Definitely something I recommend using, not just in butterfly guard, but I like it in half guard and a lot of other spots, right? This week we're going to work a little bit more specific to my butterfly guard passing and focusing on some of those options. So we're here, obviously, in review. Austin's going to be trying to do a couple different things. One, gain some sort of grip control, whether it's wrists, whether it's underhooks, collars, whatever it happens to be. And he's going to be looking to off-balance me as much as possible. So a couple things I need to be doing. One, keeping a good wide base set into active toes. Keeping to make sure that I can move here, right? That's always our goal. We want to make sure we can move athletically as needed. Two, I don't want to let him establish grips if possible. Simple things such as breaking collar grips, breaking, wrist grips, keeping him with the least amount of control as possible. Now, if we're in pajamas, I'm going to look for inside the pant grip here. So right when Austin sits to that butterfly, you're going to see that there's a bunch of fabric right in the pit of his knee. That's always where I'm looking to grab. Now, if you're pajama free or uncivilized, you're going to look to come right to the caps of his knee. So the kind of bottom V of his kneecap, that's where you're going to look to connect to, right on the front of those knees. Now, as we're here, we're going to go over a couple lower, sitting options and a couple standing. First one we're going to look to do is I'm going to look to pick a side. I'm generally going to go to my right hand in most of these things, right? So boom, I'm going to connect either here or here. I'm going to look to turn with the side I'm passing to on top. So I'm going to look to turn his knee this way, pinning this knee to the bottom, dragging this knee up as high as I can. As soon as I get him to turn this way, so Austin and me are going to be going, right? Boom. I'm breaking grips. Boom. I set here. I turn. And my top shoulder is going to come straight into his thigh. Boom. Very similar to when we weave passed last week, right? So we're here, we're working. Boom. Turn. Shoulder comes in. And as soon as that shoulder makes contact, my right hand lets go. Boom. This hand swings out, walking through, passing to the side. Very quick, pretty athletic pass. This is one that when you hit it, you have to go. So we're here, I'm working. Boom, I get my grips. I'm going to turn him the other way this time. Boom, I turn him up, drop my shoulder in. My top hand comes free. It's starting to hunt the back as I slide up, keeping control of this leg for as long as I can. Because the goal here, guys, is either to land in kind of that half backpack position where we gift wrapped last week, or in just traditional side. Goal of this one is to not let him establish, right? So if I'm here and I let Austin come in here and he's really starting to establish things, I don't like that, right? Boom. Boom, I get my grips. Turn. Here. This one's designed to be quick. Designed to hit it as soon as they pull into their butterfly, boom. You don't get to establish, you don't get to start things. I'm attacking instantly. Questions on that?
Can I see the detail on your shoulder and arms?
Yep. So, boom. Hand grips come in. So I'll go no-gi this time, right? Boom. I'm going to turn him to pin this knee to the mat and bring this knee up. As soon as this hand covers over, I'm going to drop my shoulder in.
Okay, so you're dropping your shoulder just below the hip then?
Yep. And as soon as that shoulder connects, this hand's free to start hunting the back.
Okay.
Cap. So boom. Boom. So I'm here. I turn him over, drop my shoulder in. This hand starts to come up, and we hunt the back. Questions?
When you passed that hand that's on the knee, were you trying to wrap the legs, or you just anything from that?
From my top hand or my bottom hand?
The hand that ends up on his knee after you pass.
So boom, I'm here.
After you pass. you're in like the half back position that you just said.
Yeah, so here.
Yeah, that hand right there.
This hand then can leave. As soon as I get to a secured side or half back here, you can do what you want with this hand. I'm generally not just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna start gift wrapping or doing something once I've secured the pass. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Since you have a different position with your hands on no-gi, are you kind of pushing them as opposed to, you have your hands in the B's of the knee or whatever,
Yeah.
so you're pushing them to the side as opposed to like on top you're grabbing them?
So yes and no. So if I'm here with Austin, right? You know, when I have those solid grips, it's a much easier, I have a little more leverage on that turn. But even with the V grips on the knees, I still have a solid, like I can get that turn in that same motion. You just won't have as much control of his reaction. So when I go here and I have my gi grip set, if he goes to do anything, I still have a solid kind of bite here, as opposed to when I have no gi, you just have less control at that point. But this one's designed to be fast.
If they address that, like if they address that hand really well on the one that you're pinning the leg on and or have a gi grip on, say they get like a lasso or say they start to invert, are you just trying to end up north-south at that point?
So boom, we're here. Big thing is when I'm here, I pin this leg and they're able to lasso, you fucked.
I'm saying like
Something.
say like you set the grips and they know what's coming and they start addressing that or have enough.
Yeah.
Especially in no-gi, I guess, where they can kind of just
Boom, if I'm here and he starts trying to shrimp and do a lot with his leg,
you're just keeping heavy.
yeah, that heavy top pressure is going to kill a lot of that motion. Worst case, you end up back in the butterfly most of the time.
Yeah.
Like it's designed as a, you know, kind of a quick hit. If you miss, great, you just reset back to butterfly and you go back to it. Butterfly half, you end up somewhere in that range. Other questions on this?
I have one more about that.
Yeah.
So if you get him on his back after he's scrambled, you know when you do the different kinds of knee on belly where you sneak one up and you pop one up? If he's scrambling like that, what's the best way to get your knee on belly?
Pop. I would pop very quickly if I wanted to go knee on belly. But I wouldn't go knee on belly until I had side secured.
Okay.
Other questions, guys? All good questions, guys. That's the type of stuff we need to be asking, okay? One more time for posterity's sake. Boom, I'm here. I turn Austin. Drop my weight on that shoulder here. As soon as I do, start hunting that back. Just a quick turn and try to drop that weight and kill those legs before he's able to secure that butterfly guard and start attacking. This one's designed off of the guy sits real quickly and is trying to set up a big game from butterfly. This is designed to kill that quickly. You don't get to set something up. Make sense? 1, 2, 3. So I'm here with Austin, and let's say for whatever reason I'm just not confident in passing that quick. Maybe he's starting to secure a better guard, maybe I just don't like it, but I need to pass quickly, right? So now we're going to work on the bullfighter pass. So same grips, same setup. I'm going to look to come here, whether it's that inside of the pant leg grip, or if you're pajama free, coming to the caps of those knees. So boom, we're going to be hand fighting that little bit. Austin's going for things. I don't want to keep that. Boom, I'm here. All we're going to look to do is I'm going to look to come up, and I want to pop up with the leg I want to pass to. So for me, that's going to be my left leg so that I can pass to this side, right? So boom, I push his knees back, but come here. Coming up to that low stance. When we're here, I'm going to look to shuffle side to side, but I'm going to push his legs to the opposite side I shuffle. So for me, we start in this position. I'm going to shuffle this way and push his knees to this side. Does that make sense? You're pushing them across where you want to go. Then you're going to pick a side that you want to pass to. And when you do that, I'm going to shuffle, push, and my back foot follows to his hip. Here. You're going to push. He's going to push back. Boom. Knee on belly, my friends. So we're here. Boom. I'm working with Austin. I don't like what's happening. He's trying to get underhooks. He's trying to just be uncivilized. Boom. I don't like that. Boom. I get to this position here, right? I shuffle, shuffle, come to this side. Now, who can guess why it's called the bullfighter pass? because you're hitting that. I forget the Portuguese names. Huh? Treino. Toriano pass. You'll hear it called a couple different names. Tornado pass. Yeah, you'll hear it called a couple different things. But basics of it is, guys, you want to control the knees, shuffling side to side, pushing his knees across. Because the eventual game is, boom, I get him up here. As I pass, he's going to push back and try to commit one way or the other. And that's what allows you to push past it. Because when I'm here, the natural reaction of any grown adult when their legs are being compressed like this is to push back. So all I'm looking for is a little bit of overcommitment to pass those legs through. A couple details on our knee on belly. One, our foot needs to be connected to his hip. It's not way out here, leaving out so you can get heel hooked. Now, our knee push. I'm leaning back into Austin because I'm a friend that I don't need to drop all my weight on him. All 188 pounds as of this morning, down 20 pounds, right? So, my knee position from completely horizontal to completely vertical depends on the amount of control and the amount of pressure I want. So, for this case, I'm here. This is all control. I'm just trying to secure the position, right? This is, I don't like you today. Right? That's all pain. Where you're at in between those two positions depends on what you want. For me, I'm always kind of trending towards that 45. Gives a good bit of pressure, but my knee's not in a bad compromising position. My back leg is equal with his shoulders, not sprawled out. I have a bend in my knee, I'm right here. So for me, this is my positioning. Top hand, I like to just cap the shoulder. Bottom hand, I cap the hip here. Now I have control. I'm going to hold this position for my time, and then I can either drop back to side control, windshield wiper pass to mat. That's the goal here. But we're here. Boom. I get in my grips. I set Austin up. I shuffle to the side. Boom. I shuffle to the other side. Follow that in. Take your pass. Take your foot. Kabate Jiu-Jitsu as needed. Questions on this one? Again, other than again, what questions do we have?
Detail on your outside leg.
So boom, I come up. So when we're here, I shuffle here. Shuffle here. Oh, when I come here, boom, I shuffle here. Step that leg in, here, here. I want it level with his shoulder, but I don't want it kicked down. Because the problem is, the second he goes to move, I have to bring this leg up to base. So I want to keep a steady base so I can apply pressure and balance as needed. From diving under my ankle? That's why I keep this foot. Oh, if he dives under this foot, I don't care. Yeah, go ahead, go for this leg. That's why I keep this base. Is because if he goes, because I can control his upper body and his hip at the same time. Because if I have good weight distribution on him, he shouldn't be able to just off balance me. He may be able to make it difficult, but I shouldn't just, he hooks my leg, fall over, right? Boom, here. You know, I have options of pain compliance going that way too. So that's why I'm not as worried about him hooking that top leg. Other questions? 1, 2, 3. This last one falls into the fun, fast, but should not be your A game. Everyone agree to that? Alright, so we're here. I grab the inside of his knees. I go to come up, and I'm going to look to push his knees as hard as I can here. And as soon as his back hits, I'm going to snap his legs like I'm a long snapper in football. Push, pull. I'm trying to throw my cup into the center of his chest. Bah.
No, I don't think you can do that. He seems like he's too strong for you.
Okay, well, so that it looks like game speed here. So, our goal is, so much fun to get you guys scared for a minute. So we get here, the goal is to get them used to us coming up and trying to pass. Because a lot of people will get here, come up, and then people are ready for this, right? So the goal is to kind of bait them. I'm gonna push the legs real hard. As soon as I come here, I'm gonna try to collapse the knees in and snap them forward. As soon as that happens, I'm not jumping over his legs, I'm jumping into him. The big mistake I see on this every year is, I go here and people go, whee! And they like fucking hopscotch their way through to this. There's no upward trajectory if you do this right. It's all downhill. So you're at the top of the hill right here. As his knees come forward, your hips should be coming down. The goal is, you should not have to hop over his knees. The push, snap, and pull should give you the clearance you need to hop straight over him. Now, once again, falls into the fast, fun, kind of high percentage. Should not be your A-game pass. This is one that if you feel like, man, I just can't get passing here, a good one to shoot out, because sometimes you can get it fast, especially if people are trying to roll at that relaxed pace. You know, you get to that middle of that match and you'll feel that kind of, the first 2 minutes of a match are just chaotic for almost all belts but black belt, right? Then you hit that 2-3 minute mark and the pace kind of slows. This is a perfect technique for that period. So we're here, Austin's kind of moving, I don't like that, okay. Rude. Combate Jiu-Jitsu when you get there. Like I said, one of you guys is going to hopscotch over your partner, realize the trajectory's downhill. Questions on this? Biggest thing is, I come up, knees forward, knees in, knees back, hips forward. Alright. In the pajamas, grab the pants. Nope, no gi, gotta do what you can do. And this is a nice one to hit in combination with your bullfighter pass. So if I'm here with Austin, the reason I like doing this pass as a part of this series is, I'll get here, I'll start working, and let's just say I can't seem to get past his legs, I'm just... You can do it as a 1-2 punch with this. Yeah? Yes. Yes. So you're bringing those knees together to snap them under. Because otherwise he'll have too wide of a knee base and he'll just clip your legs. Yes, I'm trying to connect his knees. Other questions? 1, 2, hey!